们说小鹏这个还是最先进、最细腻的那个自动驾驶的系统之一。Let's go. I have a wonderful new Chinese electric car to drive just for a few days. China has been very active these years. They want to show the world how innovative, how creative, and especially their attention to detail. They want to show us all that. And I think they are creating so many new solutions for the world. This is my personal opinion. I've been in China for over 20 years. So it opened itself because it detected my phone was nearby. Here I have plenty of space, right? So I can put it even further here. I'm fairly tall. I'm here. I still have space for my legs. So now let's see the space in the back. Space in the back is very, very comfortable. Look at this. We can also do that for the back seats. Look at the, you can check this one, this button. This button. That really does make a difference, right? So if the trunk is not loaded with suitcases, this is very, very comfortable. I hear that the automatic driving features in China at least are incredible. Well, we're going to test it on the road. It's really very well done and adapted to the local way of driving, which is also fun. See, there's a nice sound. The sound system, I have to say, is very, very decent. It's very good. Originally, I wasn't sure, but then I put some music on, and it's very good. It's a lot better than many cars at this price range. Okay, you see, it's dead silent. It is so silent. Just this is one aspect. I'm originally a musician. I'm a classical musician. I have to say that, you know, whatever the conditions, whatever you're doing, even if you do a really fast acceleration, the silence you have in these cars is wonderful. And there are many EVs right now that have a weird high frequency sound. You know what I mean? There's none of that in this car. In many of the Chinese EVs, I haven't heard that. But some of those from other countries, I don't know why. There's this very often a weird frequency, especially the high frequency ones. I don't like. I don't like to hear them from outside. I don't like to hear that sound from inside the car. And with this, you have none of that. For me, it's a huge plus, because sometimes that I will prefer a diesel. We're Europeans. We're used to driving diesels. I'll prefer the big sound, the low frequencies of the diesel to a very strident high frequency sound that is sometimes so annoying. So that's my personal view. But when there's none of that high frequency noise, it is so refreshing. Once you get used to it, hard to come back. So let's drive. Let's go through the small town in China. You're gonna see the roads. There's always a lot of details showing on the screen. Suddenly you have to do a maneuver in complicated environment. They're gonna display maybe on the left or on the right. They're gonna display what is around your car. Well, all those things are very well done. I guess it's on many modern cars now, but the Chinese EVs do that very well, and it's always helping. I used to be very old school. I didn't need any of those things to park my car or to learn how to how to observe. But in China, it's still very helpful, because there's always in the big cities, there's always so many things happening. So many motorbikes, children running. You always have something around your car that is very, very close and you don't know. So you always have to be 100% aware that something may be very close to your car, and I have to say it's quite helpful anyway. You don't want anything to happen, but it's still reassuring that you know that the car is doing part of the work for you. Now I'm gonna let it drive automatically. That's the drive mode, and like it's a very simple mode. They call it the I think NGP mode. Okay. Here we are. So now it's driving itself. One issue I have with so here, you see the red mark? It's detecting that maybe I was not fully paying attention to the road. So it's telling me to put my hands on the steering wheel. And every time this happens, I just have to, for 1 second, put my hand on the steering wheel. It's okay. It's just detecting that I'm not fully aware of the road. So look, same here, because I was looking elsewhere. So there's a camera over there. Some people are afraid that, you know, the camera is spying on you or anything. What is it going to do? This is for your safety. It's not for anything else. So it's just detecting it. This feature is on many cars also, that the car detects that your eyes are closing, that you may have some signs of fatigue. This is in a lot of even 10-year-old, 15-year-old petrol cars also. Both of our cars, I think, have that. My diesel car from 2015 has that too. So it's nothing new, but this is even more refined. I tried the other day to take a video of the car driving itself. I had one hand on the steering wheel, but I was with the phone and it detected it. It really was about to park the car on the side of the street, force me to drive it manually and to drive it safely. I don't feel that free when the car is driving itself, but it's a nice feature to have.
这让自己驾驶还是不错吧？
肯定的呀，这个地道啊，这个。
他们说小鹏这个还是最先进、最细腻的那个自动驾驶的系统之一。
准备向右变道。
So now it's back, and it's showing me here the around of the car because it detected there are some motorbikes and it's a little complicated. So it just showed a small screen here to show me what to be aware of around the car. Oh, okay. 你看这个绿标吗？绿标，哎。
已退出至手动驾驶。
So that's the place. Yeah, we found it. EV charging station. Can you? Yeah, here. Same. Yeah. So that's one of those places. Also in a parking lot. They're literally everywhere. You can charge for free a lot of the time. I'm not sure exactly how that works. So they're lending me the car for a few days. And yesterday I went to the station and it charged for free. I had nothing to pay. Normally you have to scan the code, but no, I had nothing to scan. I just left with the car charged. So it's it's quite impressive. Some of the brands in China, you can change the battery. You can go to the car dealership, and within 5 or 10 minutes you can change the whole battery system, all the batteries, and leave with new batteries. So at the end of this video, okay, there's one more thing I wanted to say that I really like, is that when you're driving, not when you're driving really fast and you have to brake very, very abruptly, but you're gonna see what I mean. So there's a red light here, so I'm gonna brake, and my foot on the brakes doesn't have to do too much of the control thing at the end. So here, the car itself is very well tweaked. It will brake smoothly for you. So normally in most cars, when you're braking at the end, just before the car fully stops, you have to release the brake pedal a little bit so that the braking is smooth. Because if you brake all the way through with your foot, if you step all the way through, at the end it's going to do boom. There's going to be this thing. So we learned many years ago that to make it smooth for everybody, at the end you release your foot a little bit. And I noticed that with this car, most of the time I don't even have to release the foot. It just does it naturally. Not when I'm really driving very fast and suddenly braking. That's different. You still have to control. I have to say it's quite smoother than most cars in that aspect. So this is one thing I like. So there are two things I don't like. First of all, the automatic driving is cool, but I really have to keep my eyes, because the camera is detecting that my eyes are not on the road. I'm letting the car drive itself, but I cannot do anything. So this one thing, I know it's for security, but I don't like that particularly, because most of the time I'm gonna prefer to drive myself. Then one thing I don't really like is the steering wheel. 你看这方向盘的设计哈，我是习惯有时候尤其高速上，我会这样开。那你像奔驰、宝马，它是斜着点，你的手可能在这儿是最舒服的。但是现在这边呢会有点窄，你必须这样。So you see, I have to have my hands here, because very often especially on the highway. I'm gonna drive like this, you know. I remember I had some hand problems, and my doctor used to say that this position was very good for your hands, to relax your hands and your back and everything. It's not natural to be in this position. I'm trying to be the highest I can be, but still it's not the most comfortable position. If it could be a little bit higher, a different design for a steering wheel, I would find it better. So this is one thing I don't like.